Hi, welcome back to another vlog. I am sitting here trying not to roast. It's not even that warm out today, but I just feel like the humidity here, and also this apartment is very difficult to air and to cool down after we have a heat wave, when we had a heat wave a few days ago. So I'm just trying really hard not to get too glistening in this video. It's a common summer problem. A less common summer problem that I've been having is that I have had some sort of skin reaction that I've never had before. I'm not gonna go into a lot of details because I don't really like talking about like medical related things on here. It's just not something that I usually share. But I have mentioned several times I have very sensitive skin, so reacting to things is nothing new. But reacting to something without any sort of clue what is causing it, a type of reaction that I have not gotten before, like it's very similar to hives. Normally I have a lot more of an idea what it is, how to fix it. I know how to control usually my sensitive skin, but this is something that has just come completely out of nowhere. I've never reacted like this before. Right now, it's pretty good, which is why I'm filming. You might see a little bit of like stuff on my neck and it's on my arms and stuff, but I don't think you can see it. It's mostly on the backs of my arms, so I'm not gonna be showing you that. But there have been days when it's just, it flares, it's all over my face. I can't, like, I don't want to leave the apartment because it just looks so terrible and it's very, very uncomfortable and very itchy. It's been a struggle, and I'm not really necessarily getting the best treatments right now, but we'll see. I'm, pursuing all the avenues that I can possibly pursue. It's been going on since June, and that has definitely affected my ability to film, my motivation to film, my willingness to put myself on camera. Today's a good day though, so I'm gonna start a vlog now and we'll see. Ever more reasons to love fall and to want it to be fall. But it has been a decent summer otherwise. It's been a lot of like preparation and paperwork and planning and stuff for our move, which I mentioned in my last video, which you can watch here, where I decluttered some of my stuff in my closet. We also have a couple of little trips that we're planning for the fall. One for a wedding in France, which will be very, very fun. I haven't actually attended that many weddings in France, despite living in Paris for 5 years and being married into a French family, having lots of French friends and also just friends based in France. It's kind of surprising I haven't been to more French weddings, but I feel like we're always, like we were on the other side of the world when a lot of our friends in France were getting married, and when we were actually in France, not a lot of people are actually getting married. So, and then we have a very, very exciting trip planned for the month after, but I will talk a little bit more about that probably later. I don't want to, start talking about it too far in advance because then, the excitement can only simmer so long. It's gearing up to be a good rest of the year. We didn't have anything super exciting planned for this summer because again, we were kind of anticipating potentially moving. And there were a few other things that we just had to manage this summer that we thought it was probably better to not do a trip. Also, living in The Hague, it's so easy to get to the beach here. It's not really been beach weather that many days, but I don't mind if it's not like swimming weather or even bikini weather. I just want to be on a beach, even if I'm in pants and a long sleeve shirt and it's windy. Tonight, I'm really, really excited. I'm gonna do something that I've never done before and I've been wanting to do since moving here, but I am going to go on a boat tour. Anyway, I have some errands to run and some work to get done. I have my computer right here and I might take it to a cafe and get some work done there in addition to running my errands. I'm just realizing that I haven't put stickers on my computer yet. I got a new computer a couple of months ago. It was very much time. My other computer was literally the keyboard. There were some keys that were sticking and things just weren't functioning right. So I decided it was probably time to get a new one, but I have not redecorated it. I don't know if I'm gonna take all of my stickers from my last computer and just put them on this computer, or if they'll even transfer well, or if I want to kind of start with a fresh slate. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Are you a sticker person on your computer? Are you a like clean slate sort of person? I definitely like stickers. I didn't used to get into stickers that much, but once I started, there was no going back. And now I love having stickers to show my personality and all of the things that I love and stuff on the back of my computer. But we'll see. That is a question for another day because today I have things to get done. So I am back from running my errands, and when I was out and about, I decided to stop by a couple of craft stores because there were a couple of things I needed to get, namely a piece that I need for a tiny mini little craft, no, not a craft, repair that I would like to try to do. I am not a very crafty person and I am not good at like sewing or embroidering or knitting or like anything related to that. It's never been something I've had a lot of interest in and never really practiced. So this might turn out really badly. Basically, here's the situation. I have this very cute little, I don't know if it's like a pencil case or a toiletries bag, but I use it when I go bouldering, which I really like it because I've said it before, but I'm not the most athletic person either, and bouldering is something I've gotten into in the past 6 or 7 months, and I really, really like it. And it is very athletic and it is very taxing. Not at all something that's like in my comfort zone, but I've really grown to love it. It's a really great way of working out. So this is the bag that I like to take to the gym, because when you're moving around the bouldering gym doing different climbs, you know, you want to bring your phone, you want to bring, we have some like climbing tape in case you injure your hand on a climb, which does happen sometimes. You can very easily like scrape up your skin and stuff, and you'll have to just tape it with something. I always bring like tissues. I have this here because I've emptied the bag, but I carry this bag around with me, and I like it because this feels like me. This is like the identity that I've always, you know, maintained, that I am a book person, I am a book girl. Maybe sounds silly, but especially when I was just starting bouldering and I felt very out of place, and I felt very much like the only person in the gym who was struggling on the, you know, really, really easy climbs. Thankfully, I have gotten better since then, but still, like, I think it's just kind of, I don't know. It's a mental thing. It's something that I enjoy. I like having my little bookish, you know, mini tote to bring around the gym with me. The problem is the zipper has broken on this. So the entire like zipper head, which I have here, just broke off, and it's a piece of plastic. It cannot be fixed. So I did a quick Google search, a very, very quick, non-thorough Google search, and it seems easy enough to replace a zipper. I don't know, we're gonna find out. And I went to a craft store and I bought a new zipper. So instead of doing a black color like this, like that probably just would have been the easy way, just to replace it with exactly, well, the easy way. Easy way would be having someone who knows how to sew replace my zipper for me. But that would be my backup if I mess this up. But I decided to go with a nice green color. Isn't this cool? This looks so nice. And I think it'll go really well with the books. I am going to attempt to replace this zipper. I don't know if this is gonna go well. In theory, I should only need a like seam ripper, which this should have somewhere. I don't exactly know what I'm looking for. Aha, a seam ripper. That I will use to basically just rip up the thread of the other zipper. Oh, look, thimble. It's begun. So I've gotten the first half off. I've reached the first like little corner. This part is pretty simple, I think. Obviously it would be more simple if I had a sewing machine. Doing it by hand, I know it's gonna take a little bit of time, but the corners I'm a little scared about. I'm just gonna enjoy my time. Yeah, that's what I've decided. And I'm going to take a little pause and make myself some iced coffee before I get frustrated. There's the key, stopping before I get frustrated, having my little sweet something, and then going back to it. Okay, mini update. I have officially detached the old zipper from the bag. I'm a little bit concerned at how integral the zipper was to the entire seam of the bag, but I think I can fix it. We're going with that. Then I'm going to attempt to put on the new zipper. I'm feeling positive, even though I still have a lot of work ahead of me, because this is gonna take a long time. Wish me luck. Okay, you guys, I think I may have done it. It is not the neatest. Like here in the corner, you can see that I didn't really do a good job of pinching that as I was sewing it on the inside. This corner turned out still a little bit rough as well. Like it has some gaps and stuff. And I might actually need to run another row of thread in there because my stitching was really, really bad. But all in all, I think it turned out pretty well. Yeah, I'm so happy, like I did it. And I will admit, there was a brief moment, very brief, in the middle of the stitching as I was watching my YouTube video where I actually kind of enjoyed it just a little bit. It was brief. Okay, so I'm not, saying I'm going to become a sewing person, but I would call that an unexpected success. Anyway, I actually have to run. I just looked at the time and I have to leave like very, very soon for the boat tour. So I'm gonna throw back on the outfit that I was wearing earlier, feed the cats their dinner, and get going to this boat tour and hopefully not run late, because I don't want that boat to leave without me. Hello again. It is a new day. As you probably noticed, there was no footage from a boat tour, and that's because unfortunately the boat tour fell through. That is a very long story that I'm not going to go into, but it was super disappointing. Everyone was really, really disappointed, and we're going to have to reschedule. Hopefully a future vlog will have maybe some footage of a boat tour. But on a brighter note, I did finish my little bag. I read it. It's actually really hard to do this when I'm holding the camera. Let me prop you here. Should have thought this one through. Here is the final result. I think the green looks absolutely stunning with the green sort of accents on the books. And I went through it again with another layer of stitching so that it's a little bit more secure. And I also kind of cleaned up the corners a little bit as I was resewing, and they definitely look better. It's not perfect by a long stretch, but I am actually really happy with it. And I'm very proud of myself for this accomplishment. It has gotten so warm again today. As you can probably tell, I am baking, but it's much windier outside. So the problem in this apartment is that it's kind of like a greenhouse. The windows are really big, lets in a lot of light, but the airflow is really bad. One thing you should know about weather in the Netherlands is that you are never, ever, ever going to be able to actually dress properly for it, no matter how many times you check the weather forecast. I about said météo in French. I don't know why that word always pops into my head before the English. No matter what it says, no matter what you think it will be, you're never gonna do it just right, because there will always be moments where you'll have more sun and not enough wind, or too much wind and not enough sun, and then suddenly whatever you decided to wear is not gonna work. Yesterday I was wearing that blue top that you saw and like really light beachy, you know, summery pants. And as I was walking, I would turn onto a sunny street and be roasting and wish that I was in shorts. And then I would turn a corner and I would be on a street where the sun was blocked and there was like a gust of wind, and suddenly I wanted a jacket. Like, it's impossible. Like, you cannot get it right. Dress in layers and still, unless you want to be shedding and re-putting them on and, you know, shedding and replacing your layers all day, every like 3 seconds, you're just gonna have to be a little bit uncomfortable one way or the other. Personally, I would much rather be cold than warm, but that is also a hard thing to achieve in the summer here, because even though it's not that warm, it is humid, humid, humid. And not even this Midwestern girl can stand this humidity. Have flared up kind of badly again. For the moment, it's not really on my face too much. There's a couple of spots, but it's all over my neck and my back, and yeah, it's causing a really bad headache. I don't know, I am just so confused about this, you guys. What allergens or like substances exist in the Netherlands that don't exist in all the other places that I've lived? Maybe I've just like developed a new like allergy or reactivity to something. This is so frustrating. Anyway, enough of this. I might be out of commission for a few days. Hopefully it will go down and not get worse, but we'll see. Okay, enough of this. Hello again. So I have just gotten back from bouldering. As you can see, the cats, they've decided that it's time for them to eat, even though it's not quite time for them to eat. I have not filmed for a few days now, and that's mostly because I had another pretty bad flare-up of whatever this is. I did finally see a dermatologist today, and he basically told me that it was hives and that there really wasn't a way of finding a cause, most likely. So we're still symptom treating, but it is obviously better today. As you can see, I'm not broken out nearly as much, and I think it's a direct correlation with the heat waves that we've been having. Yet another reason that summer is not my season, and I cannot wait for fall. Anyway, I look kind of disgusting in the viewfinder. I had a nice sweaty bouldering session. It was very good. Not my best session, not my most like accomplishments, but I felt like it was a really good workout. I did one in particular that I have been trying to do and that I couldn't do the very last move. Not physically, it wasn't a physical problem. I knew I could physically do it, but mentally I was completely blocked because it was very high on the wall. So I finally did it. So that was a huge accomplishment. I think in a way, the mental blocks, getting past those is even more rewarding to me than the physical blocks. I've definitely made a lot of physical progress over the, I guess, 7-8 months that I've been bouldering, but the mental progress has also been massive. And I think, I mean, it is really nice when I can physically do something that, you know, the week before I was unable to do. But I think getting past those mental blocks, getting past my fear of the heights, of, you know, trusting myself and what my body can do, when I get past those, it's even more of a win, I think.